A beta named Oscar? Now that makes sense. Good evening, everybody. So, anybody know how to enter or pin the hashtag without entering myself again? Hey, Jeffrey. And hello, Craig and SGRB. And I'm sure Danny will be back if he's not here. Say it. Hashtag film it. Hey, Danny. Yeah, hashtag film it. Hey, Holly. Yes, it's sort of an electric blue. I can't believe I just cleaned the tank. And look at this. Whoa. Sorry about that, guys. Now pin. Ah, brilliant. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Oops. My electric blue rams are too hard to get to. Okay, well, I think StreamYard only lets you enter once. So what kind of beta did you get? I know there's 10 million times. Newspapers are great. Ugh. And thank you, S. What are we watching? Oops, wrong way.
I can't really stay on super long. My phone's actually like super low battery.
Oops. Oh.
They're gorgeous. Absolutely.
Yeah, I got two of the long fin electric blue rams, and I haven't seen them since.
I have 4 of these guys. So there's those 2 there. There's one back there, and then there's one right here too. And then
Yes.
I got some bulbitis fern, and then that tall plant right there is called mermaid weed. It's really cool looking. Picked up some really cool things at the auction yesterday.
Our auctions never have anything really cool.
I didn't ever think I was gonna come home with rams, but I got these 4 rams for like $20. So
Whoa, that's decent.
anyway, I'm gonna have to drop down now. Go back to chat, but I just wanted to show those guys because they're beautiful.
Oh, they are. I love electric blue rams. Yeah, the mermaid weed looks pretty cool. I have to check that out. Well, let's see what's new in the hood. Okay, I have now decided that that must be on the back of the fish tank, because I've cleaned it twice. I know all the drips are on the back. Wow. I have one somewhere, but who knows where it is. So anyway, in this tank are my two new electric blue fish. I have a friend who, now that the pandemic is over, her business is definitely starting to ramp up, and she's cutting down. So she asked me if I wanted them, and I have this hard time saying no. And he says, What? You talking about me?
Yo.
2,702 locations. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went ape in Boston yesterday.
Wow. So let's see. I'm not going to move a lot because since I was feeling so good, we moved a 60-gallon tank the other day, and now I can't walk.
Oh, well, stupid. Don't break yourself.
Well, I have the Oscars. Oh yeah. I was gonna tell you, June. I'm
We're
pretty
not
sure
spring chickens
Oscars,
anymore, Poeseewi. We gotta.
Yeah. Oh boy, do I know it. But the Oscars need to go in their 150-gallon tank because they're chomping at each other and making tail slaps.
Well,
Yeah,
we're gonna have babies soon.
maybe.
Well, yeah, because you got the hard water. They may though.
Yeah, but when I lost some fry when I moved the 60-gallon, because I didn't know that there were any fry in there, so I'm sure that I accidentally siphoned some. But the cichlids will have more.
I lost my first two fish in like almost a year.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool deal.
I lost two
Okay,
angels.
Julie de Chromis Marlyri. No, I'm not very good with Latin.
I don't even know where you're looking.
Danny in the chat. Well, I know it's Julie de Chromis.
Julido Chromis? I thought it was Julia Chromis. I didn't think there was a D in there, but anyway. Marlyri. Marlyri? Yeah. That sounds right.
Well, I just got the two electric blue Acaras, and they're still shiny pretty. Marley Airy. Marley Airy. Okay.
So get this shit. I'm watching a cop video, and I swear to God, it said Schaumburg. So I was looking up Schaumburg police cars to see if the video I was watching was actually Schaumburg. I found one of the pictures I took in 2002 on Pinterest.
Oh my God.
Of a Schaumburg cop car.
I wonder if they must be in Schaumburg and needed a cop car.
I don't know, but I'm kind of pissed because they cropped it. Because I actually had a copy, I did the copyright in my name and stuff. That was back when I was doing that.
Right out.
Huh?
They cropped the copyright out.
Yeah. So I messaged this guy. I'm like, yo, I got a lot of other, pictures for your collection. Because I got fire trucks and ambulances and police cars and dare cars and all that stuff.
Okay, Julie Ducrome, Miss Marlier, I got it. Fish.
See, now why can't you just spell it like that to begin with?
The scientists want it to be hard for us.
Yeah. Well, fuck, Latin sucks. No
No,
one
that's
speaks Latin.
we don't. Scientists speak Latin.
Well, they're stupid.
So anyway, let's see. I got it pinned. I got.
Poeseewi, I gotta do it. What can I say? I think this proves that scientists can be stupid.
Really? You think so?
Oh yeah.
I know some stupid scientists.
Have you noticed he disappeared? He nowhere now. He missing. He Houdini'd.
I want to see if the Russian newscaster who held up the sign on the Russian state broadcast is
Oh,
going
I'm
to accidentally
gonna
fall out a
piss
window.
everyone off here. I'm gonna piss everyone off.
And she's already missing.
So can I piss everyone off, Poeseewi?
All right.
I'm on Russia's side. They have all the right to do what they're doing,
Aw.
and this is why. In 2005, they signed the treaty. In 2008, they started building bio research labs in Ukraine. We own them, we fund them, we do them. We have them in Ukraine. In essence, we have, according to the treaty from World War I about chemical weapons, that includes biolabs.
No,
What the
Danny.
hell do we? So we actually got the Ukraine into trouble, and they have all the right to go and attack them because they have these damn weapons of mass destruction factories in the Ukraine.
I'll actually do it at, how about 10:15?
Now that being said, I think it sucks. I don't necessarily think Russia should attack Ukraine. I'm just saying I can see they have the right to.
Well, I know I have relatives in the Ukraine, and I probably still have relatives in Russia. And the newscaster, they don't need to restore the Russian Empire. I mean, what if all the Native Americans in the United States decided to restore the United States? We'd have to kick all you interlopers out, which is really stupid.
I'm not saying it's not about restoring Russia. I'm just saying that's an excuse they can now use.
Oh, I am so glad I am the only one who wouldn't eat 2 trout if I caught them.
Salmon. Give me a thing of salmon. Oh yeah, salmon, pan fried salmon.
I want salmon smoked on a cedar stick over cedar, because that's like how they do it in Washington State. And let me tell you, that's the best salmon in the world. My cousin and I used to dig up oysters, clams, and sell salmon and the oysters and clams to the tourists when they came to Lummi. I just ran across pictures. It's like, wow, I totally forgot about that. Hey, John. So remember, everybody, hashtag film it. It's not a really expensive gimbal, obviously, but it will do the job. I mean, I have like a $5, $6, $7 car holder thing, and it works great. And I think my tripod was like $10, and it worked really good. Yeah, tourist food.
So,
like I was gonna meet my brother down at the plaza and help him sell pottery. Well, I didn't even leave the house because it was snowing so hard. And he got down there and there's like 5 inches of snow. And he was like, oh, I'm not sitting outside on the plaza. Yeah.
Poeseewi.
Yes.
So I got your mail today. I got the picture. It's beautiful. Awesome. But I have a message from my mailman.
Yeah.
He said next time you mail something, You're supposed to take the peel thing off of the thing and fold the thing over and tape it.
It must have come undone.
No, you didn't even take the peel. The peel's still on it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's how my brain's been. It's like,
No, he's no. I was just saying, just something to watch out for from now on.
my brain's gone. I've been in a very blue mood because I want to move things around. And
Okay, can I ask a question before you
Yeah.
keep going? When you just sit around the house during the day and stuff, do you have like the curtains drawn and shit, or do you have everything open and getting the sunlight in?
I don't get sunlight till the afternoon, but that's when I wake up. No, I've always lived in the dark.
Well, try opening windows and getting, because honestly, when you get older like that, my mom got that. She needs to sit in front of a special light to give her energy. It's something about her body.
No, I have energy. It's just I'm like depressed because I'm not walking again. So
Walking is overrated. Just get the transporter and you'll be good.
Yeah, I wish.
Yep.
I mean, even though I don't physically lift up the tanks.
Oh, and by the way, if you're pissed about the gas prices, too bad, so sad. Go buy an electric car,
Which runs on gas.
Yeah. Well, I don't. I think electric cars are just stupid. They make more pollution than a gas engine, but that's a whole separate story. But that's what the government said. Seriously, one of the I can't remember who the hell said that, but someone said that.
Yeah, what if you can't afford an electric?
Oh wait, no, not in the government. No, he wasn't in the government. He was. Was it a talk show? I don't know. Someone said it. I was so dumbfounded on that. He's like, hey, just go. If you're bitching about it, shut up and go buy an electric. It's like, yeah, go buy $150 electric vehicle. Yeah, right now, sure.
What happened to them, Danny? Did they freeze? Well, I have actually right now. My van has a gas leak, so I'm trying not to drive anywhere. Although I do have to go to town. I went to 6.
Yeah, Danny, but that was before. Someone else said just if you don't like it, go buy an electric vehicle.
I went to 6 stores to find dog food yesterday.
Oh damn! Yeah, everything's fucked up, man. Seriously. I went to 3 places and gave. Oh no, I went to 2 places. I gave up. Looking for shredded cheese. The thick, not the thin stuff, the thick stuff.
The thicker stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the dog's got to eat, and I'm almost out of food stamps, and my roommate got a really nice letter saying, "Well, we haven't processed your recertification that you sent in last month, but we'll get to it." And it's like,
that's bullshit.
I sure hope so.
Dude, I thought the place was closing last time I walked in. I pulled into the parking lot and there was 2 cars there. Usually I gotta illegally park in the grass up on the sidewalk or some shit.
Well, I was actually really surprised that this weekend all the lowriders in the 50s and 60s cars were out cruising.
Yeah. Oh my God.
A couple of cop watchers are slowing down because it's so expensive.
Dude, I saw. Oh my God, I cried. A tear came out of my. I was like the Indian in the commercial with the litter. Remember that old commercial?
Yeah.
I was driving through downtown Rockford, and there was this 19. I'm guessing 60s. T-Bird. It was the ones with the circle tail lights in the back.
Yeah.
Truck came out of nowhere, T-boned it right into a telephone pole.
Oh.
On both sides. Smush.
Oh.
Oh
That
my
hurts.
God. Beautiful. I mean, this thing was cherry. See the bumper's immaculate. Mint green paint. White top. Oh.
Okay, so June, what kind of beta did you get? Or beta?
They prefer bouquet now.
Oh, bouquet?
Yeah,
They're not buttfish.
they are. Well, in my water, they're butthead fish.
I took one of my long tanks and I divided it with opaque
What size tank is it?
plastic stuff, 20 long, and I put my 3 betas in it because it has lots of grass and plants, and they're very happy and they can't see each other except through a teeny crack next to the glass. So every once in a while they flare at each other. And I am now beginning to understand the duckweed issue because every day
So
I am, and that's even with an HOB going like really strong on one of my tanks. I'm now taking out like scoops of duckweed every day out of the tanks. And the next day it's back.
Yep. I told you how to get rid of it. Didn't I show you too?
Drown it.
No. You got like a gravel vac, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah, but they like it.
You turn it upside down and you can skim it out real easy as you're doing a water change. It just goes right down. Just goes right down the tube.
I'm sure the dogs would love it. They'd go outside and eat it as it came out of the tank or out of the tube.
Oh, that's right. You just go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll turn into a mess. It'll start smelling real bad. You don't want to do that.
No, I just give it to the cichlids. But since I moved the cichlid tank, that was the first tank to move.
Oh, not to dig the knife in, I got new daffodil babies I saw the other day. I also saw new pleco babies. I got a new batch of plecos again already.
Well, I have a male pleco in a cave. So I'm hoping that he has eggs.
I really got to get some money together because I got like a whole bunch of stuff I got to send you.
Oh, all white ones? That would be pretty. Yeah, I couldn't believe that my boyfriend actually mentioned a koi pond. And it was like, well, now I have to wait till my friend with the backhoe regains his strength from being sick and in the hospital and ICU. And I might actually do that. A pond would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I'm bound and determined, and I only have 15 days left to move all the fish around somehow.
No. Don't do it. Do not say that. Because look what happened. You pushed yourself and you messed yourself up. Look at that. See? Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
you're giving yourself the thing. Now you're gonna push it. You're gonna be messed up, and I'm running low on time. You're gonna push yourself, mess yourself up even more, fall down, break a hip, and what are we gonna do with you?
ooh, I love long fin fish. And so I have been Oh, June, that's a great explanation. Well, I have half an acre, and there's nothing really on it except for the house and the 40-foot trailer. My neighbor's trying to get me to add on. If I had money, I would. Hey, Tapatios. Que pasa, my friend? Now, if you guys want to watch a cool cop watcher, Tapatios is a real gentleman. He doesn't yell at screaming to cops. He's just really cool. Has some great information. And in this day and age, to find a gentleman is not an easy thing to do. And he's in Phoenix, which is like a really dangerous area.
I'm going to stir the pot.
Oh, wow.
A clear front pool pond.
Now, if only you could get a clear.
You can get in red. That's black, red, white,
Oh, I'd want blue.
blue.
Or you need to get a clear mattress. Okay, and we have about 15 minutes until we do the drawing. For the gimbal holder, comes with everything, tripod, but it doesn't have a camera. You have to supply your own camera.
What? That's bogus. I
Yeah,
gotta supply my own camera? What the hell?
you bet.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I can't believe I'm like actually giving away a gimbal before I get one. But
Well, yeah, it's crazy.
I'm not
You know
going
what?
where. No,
Honestly, if I win, I don't know what you got to do to enter, but if I win, I'm gonna give it to you.
Hashtag film it.
Oh, just in the chat?
Yeah. That is a pretty cool. See, but you need a clear mattress so you could like lay on top of it and look down at your fish. Now that would be truly awesome.
Wait, say that again?
If you had like a clear mattress to put on top of it so you could lay on it and look down and watch your fish.
Well, you could get a pool
Yeah,
thing.
I was seeing that.
Because this, I mean, how big is this? It doesn't even say.
I can always roll dice. Oh, unless you win and then it's not. Uh-huh. Like when I did drawing
6.7.
and I won, that was cool.
That's actually cool. I like that. That's 6.7 or 6'7" wide for the clear front, 2 foot high, and 4'7" deep.
That would be really awesome. I could fill my basement with those if I had money.
What do you think I should put in it?
Oh, now that's true. Reinvent the waterbed. Yeah.
No, you couldn't do that.
Why?
Because you would put a mattress on top of it, a floating mattress, which means there would still be space between. If you roll over, you could roll into between the mattress and the tank and fall into the tank and drown and die.
Only if you're a really, really, really
floppy sleeper. Raise his hand straight up right now.
Okay, for $449, I'm not affording it.
I mean, well, you could always go the 900 gallon, which is 10 foot by 5 foot, but that's 625.
You won a print.
Dude, oh my God, I so want that.
Hello, Stephen P. Nice to see you.
I don't like the 900-gallon blue, though. I like the 470-gallon blue. Because that's definitely a different color blue.
Make a frame on the top for your clear mattress
Okay.
so you don't fall through.
Well, I guess it wouldn't, it would hold it there because and well, I don't know how much weight this can hold,
Okay, so you build a frame for your mattress to put over it, and then you can lay it on your mattress. You could even put a rim around it so you don't fall off, like yeah. Hospital bed so you don't fall off. I would like so dig that. My only problem is dog claws.
Yeah. What would I put in it?
Oh, turtles would totally dig that.
Yeah, I'm not getting turtles.
I actually, after having the fancy goldfish, I kind of like them. Hey, do you know?
I'm torn between the black and the blue.
It depends what you put in it. If you got like koi, I'd go for the black. Because
these I'm not putting the daffodil. I'm not putting the daffodils in the 210 no more. I gotta find something.
Oh, something bigger.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah, I like the blue too, but I mean, I like blue fish. I never liked red fish.
Yeah, but you don't want blue fish with a blue background.
Well, yeah, I know. That's why you got to go with the black. Although the well, no, because it has red gravel. Although it's mostly mulm now.
But the blue might look real nice with the daffodils.
Oh yeah. Red doesn't.
Then again, so would the white. The white would look good with the daffodils too.
No, it washes them out because I had white.
No, it doesn't. Because I have white sand right now. Oh my God, they're freaking gorgeous.
White is yucky looking.
It is, but it was the only sand I could find at the time.
Okay, blue with orange discus is really nice. That would be cool. I'm not a discus.
Discus? No, discus, you want the white. From what I understand, discus, you want light color. You want white gravel. If you paint the tank, you want to paint it like a cream color. Don't ask me why. I don't know. That's just what I heard.
Oh yes.
Because one of my tanks was actually it was painted like a cream color, and I ended up calling back. Well, why the hell did you paint a tank cream? And he's like, "Well, that was my discus tank."
Yeah. See, I have this really cool background, which has it's actually came from, I believe, Thailand. I got a fish tank, and he left the painting that his mother did on the back of the tank. I'm not sure why, but it has it's a cherry tree with cherry blossoms, and the background's white, and you can see all the algae and stuff. This tank has no background, and you just see all the water spots and stuff. I have to figure out. Well, I'll figure out what to do about that once I move the tank, this is actually the next tank to move. Put all the fish in buckets, take all the decor out, all the water out, and then
been there, done that.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I don't even wear white clothes because they show dirt too easily. Although wearing black, all my dog's white fur shows up. The black fur doesn't show up. It's like I should wear crazy black and white clothes, and then his fur would be semi camouflaged. It's like I went to the eye doctor, and I'm happy to say that my uncontrolled diabetes is not affecting my eyes in any way, shape, or form. And he says, "Boy, you must have a dog. You have a lot of fur on your pants." And I said, "Yeah." And dilated my eyes, came back, did all the tests and stuff. And then he looked down and he said, "Oh my goodness, there's a dog in here." He said, "Wow, I've never had a service dog be so good and so quiet in my office before." I was so proud of him.
Well, that's
You
what
know,
a service dog is supposed to be.
well, yeah, that's sort of what I thought, but I'm beginning to learn that the time and effort that I have spent on him really has paid off. I mean, when I went to Aquashella last year, I got so many compliments of, "Wow, he must be a real service dog." And it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
because that's a big problem. I
yeah.
mean, hell, I can go and buy the thing and slap it on my dog,
That's a
the
really
vest.
good question, S. I mean, he's not like a small dog. Okay, I will see you later. And um, I guess June, email me and tell me anything I should look out for with spawning Oscars. Wow. Score, Holly. Yeah, I went to my dad's best friend and he gave me a tank and it's a 30-gallon bow front. And he is so lucky because one of the hoses on the fluval canister was leaking. And of course, a pressboard stand, which was like totally melted. So we threw it out. But I literally have the 30-gallon tank full of food test kits, um, accoutrements. He gave me 2 UV lights, 9 extra bulbs,
Nice.
um, a bunch of other stuff that I'm not sure because he had it already bagged up. So just yeah, I have to admit I really like the Daniels. Don't have, well, I have stuff on the bottom half of the tank because the top half, the Daniels swim back and forth fast. Um, but oh, where do I find these people who give me things? Um, because I'm willing to travel. Um, I live 2.5 hours away from most things, an hour away from the nearest big town. And cool, twisty piece of wood bridged between 2 rocky plant islands. Well, this piece of wood in here is totally perfect, and you can't have it. Oh, yeah, let's see. I wonder if Scott got his wood.
Sorry.
Oh, now this guy, this is one reason to really, really give me a reason to take everything out and catch this fish. Because this mangano was about a 1/4 inch long when I found him in here. And he's about 2 inches now. And he's a mean mother. um, Yeah, there aren't any angels. You're probably seeing one of the platinum parrots. There's one that's I've read Yes and No, Holly. Yes. Hey, Tapatios, way to go. Yeah, I have Manganos in my other tank, and I'm not sure how, other than he must have been stuck in a piece of decor or a leaf or something. And when I moved it from one tank to the other, he ended up going with the decor. Um, it's kind of weird. Um, I mean, I have fish show up in the weirdest places, but he needs to go back in with the African cichlids because he's just too mean for the South American cichlids. Um,
Well, the South American cichlids, I mean, convicts, firemouths, stuff like that
the
would be able
parrots,
to.
the acaras.
Acaras, yeah, they're a little. They're kind of borderline.
The only thing that they did was take over the cave in the very corner. Excuse me. They took over the cave in the very corner.
Hmm.
But they're even nice to the little guy who I'm going to move out of here just because he's not growing and everybody else is. So I'll probably put him in with the the three coolie loaches and the red lizard because there's no other fish in there. Oh yeah, that yellow and blue budgie. That oh man, it is beautiful. Well, we try not to collect fish. It just happens. It's sort of like, well, I used to breed parakeets, and oh, Tapatios, you should see Danny's parakeets. He has a parakeet that likes the cat. Ah, Quaker. I had a Quaker that was like such a lover of baby birds that I gave it to a friend and it raises orphan birds now. Orphan baby birds. It was, I really want to get a Quaker from my niece. Oh, blue parrot cichlid babies. Congratulations. Everybody has babies but me. But at this point, I don't care. That is cool. See, now, next time I go to California, if I ever make it, I have a large macaw cage, and you'd have to put chicken wire around it. But I'll tell you what, Tapatios, it's yours. It's like one of the wrought iron ones.
Nice.
Well,
The heavy duty wrought iron.
the blue parrots seem to be fairly good at hybridizing. Ooh, a rainbow budgie, that'd be pretty. I love that blue and yellow one, though. I mean, that's like that blue and yellow. It just like, wow, that's a beautiful bird. Well, they're all beautiful, but that one just like really stood out. See, I figure in this tank, because usually it's the male parrots who are infertile. According to my breeder the breeder that I got the polar blues is they actually don't seem to have very many infertile males. He just started with the platinum parrots, and the only problem he's had is 2 dwarfs. He has one and I have one. Oh, I'd love to have an axolotl. That's just what I need, more stuff. I mean, it's hard enough with snakes and rats and and a dog that wants to eat my Rumbo rat. I mean, she is like, it is just totally glued. You know, when I go to Temple, I haven't been up to any of the Waco fish stores yet. One of these days I'll have to like check it out when I go visit my kids. I really want to go out there. I just have to like gas money. Okay, I think I'm past driving. Ooh, cuttlefish? How cool. Cuttlefish are so interesting to watch. I just need to, I'm working on building the python, houses.
Oh, you're talking snake python?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and I got a python water thing from my dad's friend.
Oh, congratulations.
9 UV light bulbs. I guess he just didn't want to be without a UV light bulb. Now I have to figure out how they work and if I need them.
Well, I mean, it's not really a light bulb, it's a UV light.
Oh, we're 5 minutes late. Okay, let's see. Okay, now's everybody's chance while I move the camera.
Everybody place your bets.
Place your bets.
Last call. Yeet yeet.
And do you see it? Oh.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got to go up a little. The draw is at the top of the screen, pretty much. Okay, there. The hashtag is in the screen.
Let's see if I can boost it up somehow.
Right. Stop right there. Oh, no. Now raise a little hair. Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay. We're going to, everybody ready to draw. And around and around. Hey, congratulations, June. So everybody can see it's June, right?
I can see the picture. Oh,
see
Oscar. It? Okay, only Oscar.
And a beta named Oscar.
Yeah, did you see? I mean, she's going to get shrimp now. She got to change her name again. I heard she's getting shrimp.
I'm working on making one of those, and it's going to take me a while. Yeah, see, I have the 2 UV lights, but I don't really know anything about them, and it sort of, to me, is like CO2 or the RO unit. It's like high tech, which could be dangerous. Um,
Well, UV light is usually like an in where it's a you can't see the light is even on because you don't want the UV light even shining on you.
well, he has it somehow. I don't know how. It was like hooked up to
Oh wait,
the
are you talking about a snake UV light or a fish tank UV light?
fish tank.
Yeah, fish tank should be self-contained, a tube going in and a tube coming out.
Yeah,
The light bulb is inside. You don't even see it.
won. Oh yeah, he won the gimbal, and in a few months I will have another drawing. See, I have to have two drawings though because I have like, well, I don't want to say two sets of friends, but um, cop watchers don't need fish stuff, and fish people, well, they film, but it's not the same. And only Oscars is a lady. A beta named Oscar with some shrimp named Oscar.
Did someone say they were different?
What's different?
That only Oscars isn't a lady?
Oh, what did he Tapatios? Because he doesn't know June.
Oh. He, she, it, whatever. If you don't know him, you don't know him.
I know, I always get called dude. Hey, dude. Yes, I'm sorry, Crown Tail.
Dude is unisex.
Dude, Dood. Now, what movie is that from? Pronouns or violence?
Would that be Fast Times?
No. Actually, it's a movie that most people haven't seen, so it's called The Island, which is actually a pretty good movie. Let's see. Not walking again because I moved to tank. Scott, did you get the package yet? But actually, Fast Times is a good idea. God, did you see the picture of God, his name just went out of my head. When he went to Ukraine, God, he looked like crap. The Fast Times at Ridgemont High guy.
Spicoli?
You haven't gotten it yet? Okay, I mailed it.
Scotty's woodless.
Oh no, that's really bad.
Pop a blue pill. It'll help.
Oh yeah, and die. Yeah, what is this with people? I mean, the wood is in the mail. Okay, now I'm curious. This should not be happening. I mailed it. I mean, I mailed it like late, but I did mail it. Like a week ago. Of course, I have noticed the mail is taking a couple extra days, and I'm not quite sure why. Other than, it's the mail.
They're government workers. Half the time they don't do shit. They got their fingers up their noses.
No, they're too busy watching the war on TV or on their phones. I remember when they used to talk about, wow, we can actually watch the Vietnam War on TV. And this is like...
Dude, honestly, this is the first time in history that you got like information at your fingertips.
Yeah, it's like, no, they only need to inspect for suspicious reasons if if you're sending it to Australia. Oh, GRB. Did you know that if you immigrate to Australia and you have wood furniture, that you need to get it inspected for bugs?
I can see that.
I couldn't believe it. It was just, I mean, I was just totally amazed. I started reading that bio whatever. It says expect delivery Tuesday, March 15th by 9 p.m.
Well, that's tomorrow.
Yeah. And it is like, I don't know, long, big. It's like you can't miss a box. And I'm glad you have a pressure washer. I did send you some clean pieces. They're mostly clean pieces, and I did take all the stickers off. Or most of the stickers. You never know. But there's some, yeah. Oh, God. uh, yeah, it was amazing, GRB. I got through like, I don't know, probably about 15 pages before I gave up and decided that Choya Wood could never go to Australia. Not unless I I don't know, well, they probably do body cavity searches.
Well, I would assume if there was some kind of like radiation thing that you could put it through to eradicate
So
anything in it, sterilize it.
They actually have, you can freeze it at 0 degrees for, I think it's 3 days. You can heat it up to a certain temperature for 2 weeks. And there's two different type of chemicals that you can spray it with, but it has to be done by an Australian approved facility. GRB was right in suggesting shipping to Perth because that's the only place on the West Coast that will accept out of country wood imports. And it's like,
Speaking of Perth, did you hear about MH370?
no.
The Malaysian craft that went down like 10 years ago? Remember that one?
Oh, yeah, they think they found it.
Yep.
Ah, there's my high fin.
Get this, using ham radio guys.
Wow.
Because there was a new system out at the time, and it's now tested, and it's proven the theory of it. Because that plane interrupted people's communications, they were able to find it that way.
Wow, interesting. They've been looking for 370 for a long time.
Yeah. They think it's roughly in 4 miles deep.
Oh. Well, they went to the Titanic, so they've been to the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
Oh yeah, they're trying to get a search going over there.
Okay, this is a be careful what you buy at the pet store, because this was a 1.5 inch long bristlenose.
Oh yeah, that's a common.
It cost me $7.99.
Yeah, that's normal price for a pleco.
Oh yeah, for a bristlenose.
No, well, for a common pleco too.
Yeah, and my little bristlenose kept growing and growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, but let's just see. No, is that like your first bristlenose?
This was the first bristlenose I bought.
Okay, because I was gonna say because a bristlenose doesn't look anything like a common pleco.
Yeah,
But
well,
I've had both, so I can tell the difference now.
Yeah, it was the first one I bought because I wanted a, little pleco, and I have the big pleco. So I bought this from a fish store in Albuquerque, and it's obviously not a bristlenose.
Nope.
And he'll probably get, a lot bigger.
Yeah. Roughly 1.5 feet, 2 foot.
About 1.5 feet. They don't get as big as the commons. But I totally love looking in his mouth.
Yeah. Get a good magnifying glass and look into it, man. It looks like an alien world in there.
Oh, yeah.
You want to know what it looks like? The Sarlacc from Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, he was an accident, but I love him anyway. And it's like part of the reason going for bigger tanks, or putting fish in bigger tanks. He'll end up going in with the cichlids. Yeah, well, he was 1.5 inches long, and I was stupid. I actually had never had any kind of a pleco before in all my life. Well, that's true. Dan Sistrus is not a pleco. But he's really cool looking. And of my, let's see, I have one baby. So I actually did have one bristlenose hatch about 1 inch ago.
About 1 inch ago?
Yeah, well, I found him. Hey, take it easy and stay safe out there, Tapatios.
Make sure take some driftwood. Take a small piece of driftwood and put it in the tank with the baby. It's gonna need it.
Oh, he's got it.
Okay. I know I found out that my babies, the ones I took out and put it in tanks with no wood, they ended up dying.
I know he's got a nice piece of driftwood in there. All my kids have driftwood.
Okay.
I was actually going to put him in with the red lizard and the 3 coolie loaches, but he decided he wanted to go live with the cichlids, the baby cichlids. And none of them are, the biggest one's like 1/2 inch. So he's bigger than they are. But yeah, I found him. And he looks like he's a calico. I have 2 female and 1 male calico. 1 brown male and 2 albino female bristlenose. Remember, stay safe. Yeah, stay safe, Tapadios. And I'll see you on one of your streams. Oh, cool. Yeah, he's actually a beautiful Plecostomus.
Oh, that's right. That's the sailfin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sailfin.
Yeah, I just love his fin. I mean...
Yeah, about 18 inches.
Yeah. And he likes that piece of driftwood. He always, like in the daytime.
Well, you actually got a good deal then.
Oh, actually, I only have 1 channel, Crypt Keeper, because it's just in the playlist under Cop Watches and audits. Mostly I do shout outs. So if you're looking for, interesting people to, or, different Cop Watcher people, I do sort of have one caveat when I do shout outs is I tend to not shout out people who yell at the cops or incite them, because I believe that you're just goading them on. And I hate to say it, but some of the cop watchers who have been arrested, I believe they deserve it, because they're getting in the way of the cops. Um,
I
the whole
personally, I would
idea-
like to see a couple cop watchers get Billy clubbed and Rodney Kinged or something.
yeah, some of them are just really rude.
Some of them are assholes.
Yeah,
And
the whole
that's and get no see and this is me saying this. Some of them are assholes.
well, yeah, you are very right. I mean, the whole idea of doing the A1 and cop watching, yeah, I like am against it, except um, he's really strict on using his content and won't um, hasn't responded to my request to do a shout out for him. And since James Freeman's wife threatened to leave him if he didn't straighten his act up because his kids were getting older, he has done a lot better. But besides having the same last name as James Freeman, um, I don't know. I watched him once in Arizona and he just like totally pissed me off. And I mean, I used to talk to the Albuquerque cop watchers and like James Freeman and stuff all the time. I could go to virtually anybody in like Chicago or Indiana, Florida, and say, "Hey, can I take you for pizza?" Sure, no problem. Want to go cop watching?
Yeah,
The,
because
the
Chicago
guys
has
in
good pizza.
the guys in Albuquerque are like, they will not even respond to me. And I think they're rude. Friendly neighborhood citizen AA block the blue is not so bad. But after watching and responding and talking in someone's channel for over a year, and I mean, I've been watching him since like for a long time, I would actually say hello. I say hello to everybody, even if I don't know them. So that's why the only one in New Mexico I've done a done a shout out for is New Mexico citizen, and he's actually the one who introduced me to cop watching and said I should go watch Chuck Bronson, who sort of like turned me on. And I have to really thank Chuck because deletes laws. If you want to know how to respond to the cops and stuff, I'll tell you, Delete Laws has some great educational videos. I mean, this guy has a passion for education. And I spent all day on his channel because he had so many interesting things and information on it. And he even has, downloadable stuff. He has this wonderful timeline of the United States, which I mean, I'd actually like to get a paper copy of rather than just the download. Um, he has a great little trifold, i.e., don't talk to the cops. You do not have to ID unless, um,
You're suspected of have committed, or will commit a crime.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, I've watched. It's like the round and rounds that some of the cop watchers do. Well, you can't ID me unless I'm arrested. Well, I'm about to arrest you unless you
Or
give
not
me your.
IDing. Yeah, it's
Like,
it's shocking how they don't know what the hell they're doing, really.
no, but that was a good one because that was with HBO Matt and a few other guys, and the sergeant actually took the cop over to the corner, and whoever was sitting in the back hole got the sergeant saying, "No, you can't say that. It's against the law." And it was like, right on. This sergeant is decent.
I've been trying to find information. Remember that chick that was choked out by the sergeant,
Yeah.
the cop? I've been trying to find info on that. I haven't found anything new. Have you heard anything on that one?
No, I hope that she didn't fall out a window. Oh, that's only in
Yeah.
Russia. Now, that was an interesting cop watch. The woman police officer got in the sergeant's way because he was being a prick. And he grabbed her and started choking her.
Well, yeah, kind of. What happened was he was leaning into a car, like possibly beating a subject or something that was in the car, enough to where she grabbed the back of his belt and pulled him out of the car. He turns around, face as red as a fire engine, grabs her by the neck and just shoves her up against the car, like 10, maybe 8 or 10 feet behind. I mean, he walked her back like that far.
It was incredible. I mean, he should have been fired.
Yeah, on the spot, the other cop should have gone over and pulled him off and at least walked him away.
See, and that's the reason to film the cops, is to catch him doing bad stuff and not sit there and, I mean, I like Ghost Rider. He's in Colorado. Freedom to Film and Famously Unfamous. There's a lot of really respectful cop watchers out there. And there's just, if you're doing it for the reason that you should be doing it,
do you watch that CT guy?
CT?
Yeah. I'm trying to look for his channel now. Every couple days he comes out with a video like maybe 20 minutes long, and it has like 3 videos that are featured.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what the hell his name is. I watch him. I don't pay attention to names.
Lackluster. Who else does that? Oh, I can't remember. Hey, no problem, Crypt Keeper. It's sort of amazing how many fish people, fish tubers, watch cops, and how many cop watchers have fish. Like,
oh yeah.
One of my friends, Steak Fries, he has Oscars, and I was like, "Whoa, you have fish?"
Was it CT3 possibly? Yeah, CT3. And from there, because he features different people, 3 different people, 3 different videos, you get an idea of what's out there.
Well, one of the reasons I like Top and Tios is, he's one of the newer guys, and I actually, before I did a shout out, I had to wait till he had enough content. But he is such a gentleman, and he's not afraid to be on camera, and he talks to you. he's sorry guys, he's a gentleman. Like Al SoCal is really nice. And sometimes Al loses his temper, but about, I'd say, a year and a half ago, Al, I never would have watched, because he was a drunk asshole and he got arrested, and I guess it's sort of, he saw the light and decided that he didn't want the rest of his life to be shit, and kind of grew up. The one time I remember Al not listening to the cops, they were all at the end of a street, and they said, "No, Al, you really don't want to go down there, okay? You don't want to go down there to film the accident. We're telling you, you don't want to go down." And he says, "But you're not stopping me, are you?" And one of the cops goes, "Al, let me tell you, you're my friend. Don't do it." The car had run into a tree that was filled with bees. And the bees were very, very angry. And next thing you know, the camera is bouncing, and Al is running for his life going, "I'm being chased by bees. I shouldn't have come down here. I should have listened." And he made it down to the other side, where several police officers were being treated for lots of bee stings. And it was like they were waiting on a bee remover guy to come get the bees before they could even investigate the accident.
Should have just
And
sprayed them with a CO2 fire extinguisher. Be done
no,
with
they
it.
killed the bees. And they had a guy come and he took all the bees and the part of the hive and got the queen. And then they went and did the investigation. But watching the cops walk back up to the tree was kind of like everybody's being really careful. Yeah, there's several in the LA area that are like that. I mean, it's like I won't learn anything from them um other than how to be
Well,
rude.
there's one down there by you that's an asshole. Mexican guy. San Juan or something like that. San Juan Desert Watch or something, Desert Community or something like that.
San Joaquin Valley.
It was something like Desert Watch or something like that.
Oh yeah, if I were a bee and someone crashed into my house, I'd be pissed too.
Oh, if you
The
were
sad
anything and something crashed into your house.
Yeah. The sad thing is when yeah, San Joaquin's in California. No, out here there's like Stray Dog Explorer. He's down south.
High Desert Community Watch. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's
I think he's an ass.
yeah. I think he's in California.
Oh, I thought he was out by you, Arizona, New Mexico. You know.
I'm not near Arizona.
Well, I mean, he from what I understood, he was like right at the border.
Ah. Now Gallup would be an interesting place to cop watch, but well, I could probably get away
I like
with it.
freedom. I like freedom to film.
Yeah, well, he's cool. He's like Ghost Rider, you know, mellow. Tapatios is like that too. There's a lot of
I don't like his stupid radar detector always going off, but
yeah.
blows your ears out.
Well, like Chuck Bronson's I want to say Caveman, but it's the name of his scanner or whatever. And it's K something, but it sounds like Caveman. There's a lot of cool people in Florida too. But well, no, I'd meet up with them. I only want to go to Florida after a flood to catch fish. Because I figure if the street is flooded, I can still use a wheelchair in the street and catch fish. Is that desperation or what?
We got a 211 crazy lady in a wheelchair with a fishing net going down Broadway.
Yep, that'd be me. What are you doing in the middle of the road? Catching fish. Oh, time to move the syndinosis. Someone gave me 2-inch syndinoses. Now they're big. Okay, they're getting big. They're still little. They're only like 4 inches.
To understand a cop watch, you have to actually know, somewhat about the laws and the codes, and they talk in code a lot. The cops, you got to know the codes so you can kind of read what they're saying. And I mean, there's still codes I don't know. I've been learning code stuff my whole life, ever since I was a kid. Scanners and
the codes
CDs
aren't
and
always
stuff.
the same in different states. Some of the codes are different.
Yeah, because they don't use the APCO 10 codes anymore. They got off of that. They all use their own little codes now.
Yeah, well, once I started not walking as much, and I was watching movies, which I've seen probably almost every movie that I'd ever want to watch on YouTube. And I mean, we may have 400 or 500 DVDs, and I've probably seen most of them, except for all the cartoons. Um, I started watching car crashes just because I like car crashes. Who doesn't, you know?
Oh yeah, idiots in cars. Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm digging that.
And then I had this thing come up for New Mexico Citizen, and it was an audit of the Taos driver's license office, and I started watching it. And the lady called the police because you're scaring me. You have a camera, and I don't know what you're doing with it. And he said, I'm filming. But
I would have been like, "Oh, I'm painting your roof, lady.
yeah, and I mean, she was
I'm
really,
mowing your lawn with it."
I mean, I couldn't believe, how can you be scared of, I mean, scared of
Do you
the guy.
remember when we were kids and we'd see the news crew out there with the camera, and we man, you would all crowd behind them. Hey, mom, hey, what's up?
But, you know, I watched it, and then I actually emailed him and I asked him about, you know, what he was doing, and he sent me some information to look at, and it was like, wow, and suggested Chuck Bronson. And I don't like sitting around waiting for things to happen, but now I have so many friends that, you know, well, when I'm not depressed, I talk to a lot of people, and I have a lot of friends. And my mom is not a computer person, really.
Most moms aren't.
Yeah, and the only reason that she likes YouTube is that I actually have people that I call friends now, because I've always kind of lived in my bedroom. I don't like people. And
An introvert or something like that.
yeah, I mean, I'm good when I'm out, but it's like I'd rather not deal with it. But
Yeah.
this is, it's really cool to have friends and to have people to talk to and email, and who send you really weird, bizarre things, like women who shoot themselves in the private parts. God, how could you do that? I'm sorry.
And
That was just
it
like,
was hilarious. I was
yeah.
laughing for like a half hour.
Okay, you guys, women, don't play with guns like that. It's especially if they're loaded.
What about the Flex Seal thing, or not the Flex Seal? The foam, the insulation foam. That was another mess.
Oh yeah. Okay, guys, no playing with
Yeah.
yeah, no
Don't
playing.
masturbate with a gun, and don't stick hoses up your hoo-ha or your weed hole.
Yeah. And then push the button.
Yeah. That was a kicker. Why would you leave it connected, if anything? I mean,
Yeah.
it just pops off. Just pull it off and
Okay. It's like the gerbil guys. Poor gerbils.
oh man.
Because people are weird. You know?
That guy pees out of his butt now.
See, I know that would probably hurt Danny, but I've never done it. It's what you get.
Getting your that zipper. Oh my god.
That's why you wear Levi's 501s.
Dude, honestly, I'd rather get kicked in the nuts than a zipper. It's not fun.
Well, I'm glad I don't have that problem.
Yeah.
So, okay, everybody, what is your favorite electric blue fish? I do a poll, but polls are stupid. Even though I just asked, because I have technically electric blue Acaras and a long-finned electric blue Rams. The Brashardis have electric blue fin tips and beautiful leer tail tips.
I don't have a favorite electric blue anything.
Yeah, because you don't like the electric blue Acaras.
Well, I just I bought the electric blue Manganos just to help Dan out, but I didn't even want those. I would rather have like Kenny Eye. You know, the blue Kenny Eyes.
Yeah, I like the Manganos, except
The Manganos are not, I mean, they have grown on me.
I mean, I have like so many different colors. Oh yeah, I bought two blue glass guppies, but they didn't make it. So I think though I have one baby from them, but I just put all my guppies in one tank because I'm just breeding them just to trade to the local fish store for mice to feed my snakes. You know, my Kenyas aren't that bad. But then I think, oh, and I lost my female eye biter.
Well,
And
that sounds like a good thing.
no, I think the Chinese or the golden algae eater was chasing her and she got into a place too small. And when I found her, she was upside down and she didn't make it.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, Danny, all African cichlids from Malawi are dicks.
hey,
They're
they're
all.
just me. That's why I like them. No.
I mean, the Aratus ones, the Chipokes, they're all assholes.
But, well, the eye biter keeps everybody in check. I mean, he's definitely the tank boss. And nobody argues with him. I lost the female 2 days ago, I guess, 3 days ago, which I'm kind of sad about. Well, I am sad about it, but maybe I'll save up and get an OB eye biter. But he does keep the eye biter does keep everybody in check, and he's just so beautiful. And it's kind of interesting watching. Ooh, a shrimp tank tunnel. See, I saw this really cool tank that had like the bottom 3/4 was a cave. I want to see your Great Dane, Craig. I miss my Danes. At least StreamYard is easy to use once you figure it out. I mean, it's really easy to start, and then it has all kinds of other stuff. Yes, you do, Dino. And it's because of the lovely Miss Edna. I mean, she's a person that I didn't know very well. And I think she was probably a really lovely lady. She kind of reminded me of Mary Page Flynn. And when she disappeared and stopped coming into the streams that she was always in, oh, I love it when dogs hang out the window. Except, with my service dog now, he doesn't have really flippy floppy ears. And he doesn't have really big jowls. So it's just not or the drool. Oh, I used to love it when the Danes would stick their head out the window and like a big, huge drool would go flying out. Landed on a guy's windshield next to me once. And the guy came up, rolls down his window and starts yelling at me. It was pretty funny.
I would too.
It was good drool. Yeah, but I bet Diesel doesn't drool like a Dane. I mean,
no, he don't drool at all.
Yeah, Diesel's like Leo, a non-drooler.
Again, I don't let him stick his head out the window either.
Yeah.
I keep the windows closed and stuff.
Going live with your head out the window. Woo! That would be interesting. Well, now that I have my camera holder, I'll be able to film going cool places. I just have to clean the inside of the windshield because it's really dirty. I mean, even my front windshield has dog nose on it. And actually, speaking of dog noses, I had an amazing thing happen. My dog does not like any man, which is usually homeless, who comes up the car to ask me for money. He usually will jump from his seat into the front and growl at them. This guy came up yesterday and Leo didn't growl at him. 2 laptops? Yikes. At least I have a desktop. I can't drop it in the tank. And once I did drop my phone in a coffee cup, because I use big coffee cups. And that sort of taught me to keep electronics, except for lights, away from water. I have killed so many LED lights from dropping them into the fish tank. Okay, I know I should have lids. I'm working on that. Yeah, I can imagine. I think that's probably why my boyfriend doesn't want me to put any fish tanks in the living room, because it's all full of electronics. Although there is a fish tank in there now, or 2, 3, but 2 of them don't have water in them. See, now, aren't those pretty fish? I never thought I'd like the electric blue Acaras, but
the ones I had were they looked cool when they were young, but when they got older, they ended up just looking like crap.
Yeah, these guys are still nice looking.
And it's just how they grow. It's like the scales. I don't know. It was something with the scales.
Well, you don't like pearl fish either, that have the pearl scales.
Yeah, true.
So, because the goldfish that I was babysitting had those pearl scales, and it was really cool, but it's shiny. Oh, I saw the coolest thing that I want to do to my car.
Oh Lord!
This guy had like sequins that have the hole at the top, and they're like 20 millimeter, and he had them strung on a string, and then like put on his the back of his truck, and they wiggled and sparkled. Oh, it was so cool. But I'm like my mom always used to call me a crow because I like things that sparkle. Now, if only they could make things that glow in the dark and sparkle, I'd be in 7th heaven. I mean, one year when I was really broke and all my friends were poor, everybody gave me like glow in the dark dinosaurs and small toys. I was so happy that year. I mean, if it glows in the dark, I love it. Black King Kong and royal blue tigers. Are those neo let's see, neocardinias or cardinias? Yeah, see, I don't really get anxiety. My official diagnosis is rapid cycling, bipolar. So, like, okay, I don't know anything about the cardinias except for my friend breeds them, and they're very hard to keep. They need my water is not good for them, and losing mobility. I don't want to like have fancy water. I mean, I'm happy with my fish not breeding rather than changing water parameters, just because it's getting harder. Yeah. So what I do is I get like super manic for like a few hours, and I used to do like really, really, really stupid things on the computer and sign up for all kinds of crap. And it take me like 2 or 3 weeks to unsign up for everything. And then I get depressed and I just sleep. And ADHD. And the problem with ADHD is I have like more energy than my body will allow me to use. So what you're saying, Craig, is that like keep water like in a barrel or a bucket or whatever, and like air it out, um, and change the water that way. Just don't put regular, like. Well, I don't have tap water; I have well water, but yeah, I think my fish ate all the shrimp that I had left. But I want to make. Oh, that's what I was saying. I saw this tank that on the bottom 3/4 it was a cave with rocks, and the top half had like hair grass and plants, and the fish could swim through a hole in the top and go into the cave. It was really cool. And my friend gave me a 10-gallon acrylic tank. The light is dead on it, but I have a light that I'm going to put on it or replace it with. But you have to like silicone seal the rocks to the edges, and make it so that they can't get in the crevices. Um, or make a cave in the middle and then they can go around it. I haven't quite decided. But I want to make like the tank like that, which I figure it'll take like 6 months to grow the grass and stuff. And then I'd like to get shrimp again. Yeah, see, that's the thing is if you do research first, it's much better. I just got a bunch of cull shrimp, and they were doing okay in my guppy tank. And then I think I put some yoloches in there to eat the snails, and then like I didn't have any shrimp left.
The first shrimp I got were Amano shrimp, which was a Caridina. I got a couple batches of them, never lost any of them. They all did fine. The Neocaridina, I lost a lot of them when I lose roughly about 25% whenever I get them.
Yeah, the royal
to transfer them to my water.
Okay, so Crib Keeper, do you have Facebook? And this is Max used to work for an online fish store that, okay, well, that's okay. Look for, oh God, now I don't know how to spell his last name. This guy has metallic purple shrimp. They're Cardenias. And they are breeding true. Cardenas, it's Cardenas. Max has some of the most beautiful shrimp. His shrimp are all very healthy. I've actually he sells a lot of wholesale. He has like the black Venezuelan corridoras and orange laser ones. I got my calico bristlenose from him, but he specializes in shrimp. And he also specializes in the most awesome close-up macro photographs. Wow. An inch-long cherry fish? Wow. A cherry shrimp? Ooh. Well, Max does have purple metallic shrimp, and they have a little bit of like super electric blue on them. Just a little bit. They're absolutely stunning. I mean, he has pictures of shrimp eyes. He's a fantastic photographer. Yeah, the royal blue and the black should make an interesting cross. Oh, I guess I can make this go away now. Whoa. Um, I just got, lots of different culls from people because the price was right. Um, but I think I'll probably get, I don't know, either yellow or orange shrimp because I think they'll show up better in the dark of the cave. But it won't be for like 8 or 9 months, probably. I got to get everything else done first. Mm. Oh. One thing at a time. Well, I just want to grab onto that pleco tail. He really does like the light also. Yeah, I started with I always call the ones that have the stripes on the back, like, because I had red ones with pink. Oh yeah, grab it by the fin. Uh-huh. I don't want to get poked. I actually have been poked, but I've been poked worse by a catfish in the Lampasas River and by a stingray on the beach. That was the worst. Don't ever get stung by a stingray. We
Oh,
used to
how
catch
fun.
them. Oh yeah, I got stung right in the wrist, and my brother and I were out fishing, and I don't know, it just flopped, and it managed to get me in the wrist. I still have a scar from it. And we went home, and I decided, well, I was pregnant, and my arm was on fire, even though I had my hand under hot water. I decided to go to the emergency room. So my brother at 3 o'clock in the morning woke my parents up. And then the stupid battle axe nurse says, well, you have to have, what did you really do? What do you mean, what did I really do? We don't have any stingrays off the coast. My brother goes, you want me to go catch you one? I will, and I'll give it to you. And they took out half an inch of stinger out of my wrist. It was almost as bad as a fire. Well, it was as bad as a fire ant bite. I kind of liked the culls because it was cool to watch the like invisible submarines. That's why I like shrimp. They look like submarines. Remember those, or for those of you old enough, the little submarines that you put baking soda in, or baking powder, baking soda, and put it in the bathtub and they go up and down. Yeah. I actually bought one of those. They still make them. Yes, I've been drinking cherry juice and it's nasty shit.
Well, then why are you drinking it?
Because I, at the moment, am having a problem with uric crystals.
Oh.
I have gout.
Okay.
Another reason my right side is like falling apart. Oh yeah, Crypt Keeper. When it's like, so what do you feed your snakes? Uh, uh, Mice. But I'm breeding rats, and it's like, how can you feed your baby rats to your snakes? I said, because mommy and daddy rats are my friends. Little rats are not tame, and occasionally they bite. And I would say cull eater, because every once in a while, you get really strange platies or really strange guppies, and you gotta cull them. Yeah. I have a 5-star general, and he now has 2 buddies in his tank. He has a Turkana, which he likes. I think it's more the Turkana lives in a cave. and the 5-star can't get to him, but I don't really have anywhere else that I could put the Turkana safely. Because somebody would eat him. And I finally caught the golden algae eater, and I put him in with the 5-star general because he's a mean catfish. So, putting mean fish together seemed like the thing to do, and everybody's getting along famously. That's it. We'll take all the mean cop watchers and throw them in a ring together. Oh, I'll take them. I actually have space for swordtails. I have a bunch of I have 15 platies of different kinds in a 65-gallon tank. So I'm sure that there's space in there for 12 swordtails. My pineapple died, but it was like about 2.5, 3, maybe 3 years old. Yeah, I actually started a tank with Guppies to keep, for cycling a tank. And they were just like feeder guppies. So I put the cichlids in, and wow, there were no more guppies.
That happens. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like not really worth going out and buying something to eat everything. I mean, I'm sure that, my Oscars have suddenly decided to go through a growing spurt, which is why there's kind of a rush to get them out of the tank they're in now and put them in the 150. Because they're getting really big. I mean, now when they come and bump my hand, I can really feel them. They don't bite. I taught them not to bite. I watched a video on YouTube, and the girl had I don't know, she put it, one hand had a stick, and the other hand, she was like that gravel vacuuming and pushing the Oscar away because it kept trying to bite her. And I thought, nah, I'm not going to have bitey fish like that. Wow. Yes, actually, I'm pretty good at shipping. Sadly, I shipped to the wrong person. And don't say anything, Roundhouse. But shipping is actually not that hard. Let's see. It's a matter kind of weather. Or heat. But yes, my email is at Yahoo. My name, Poeseewi. So just send me a email. Yeah, I tried angels. Angels don't like me. Okay, I'll look. That is the fattest yo-yo loach in the whole world. I have 2 super fat yo-yos. So I figured that they're both female. And yo-yo loaches are one of those fish that don't breed in the aquariums. I mean, to breed them, you have to inject them with hormones, which of course I'm not going to do. It's so now I have a fat dog and 2 fat fish. And it's you can't really put a fish on a diet. I mean, I imagine I could catch them and put them in a tank and you won, June. Congratulations. And now she'll say, what? I won? What did I win? I should have kept it up, but I didn't keep it up. And I have your address. I know where you live. Yeah, but I have like my syndinosis is pretty fat too. Jay, what? You won the gimbal. So now you won't. Hey, no problem. So I'll be sending it directly from Amazon because it's easier. See, now that's a skinny yo-yo. There's like 7 yo-yos in this tank. And there's usually 3 or 4 of them together at a time. But sometimes the yo-yos all swim in a pack. And I mean, if anybody's ever had a yo-yo loach, they're like insane. I mean, they'll just like go nuts. And then after they get tired, then they pretend they're dead. And the first yo-yo loach I got used to sleep upside down on the top of the heater. And, oh, I don't know how many times I would stick something, usually my hand, into the tank to make sure it was still alive. Now I'm used to them playing dead, but it's like, how can a fish that's so active and playful then just like lay on its back or lay on its side and pretend it's dead? They're sneaky fish, let me tell you. And they really do. I mean, they're not so much schooling fish, but it's like coolie loaches, red lizard catfish. They're also not schooling fish, but will school together and play together. And luckily, I can't afford a bunch of red-tailed or red lizard catfish at $20 a piece. I'll probably get some more coolie loaches though. Well, that's why I can't wait to get my Oscars in that bigger tank, because it just looks so cool when they swim back and forth. And yeah, I'd love to go on a train that went across that bridge, even though it could be an old train bridge.
Yep.
Because it has holes in it where the tracks used to be.
Yeah. It was actually a bridge going over the river just for a sighting.
Ah. Sort of reminds me of some of the swamp area that GRB filmed. I would love to be able to go to an area just like catch Daphnia. I can't get down to the water anywhere around here though to see if there's any bugs in it. Like Larry D just posted a thing, and they're either like seed shrimp or copepods that he has in a tank that has only plants in it. I know they're not planaria or hydra, but it's like the weird biofilm that I get sometimes on my takes. The bristlenose and the Placostomus usually do pretty good with the biofilms, though. And it's like, my tanks will never be perfect. You know, I sort of gave up on that, having those crystal clear tank.
Yeah, that's not real tank. That's a filtered tank. That's not a real tank.
Yeah, well, it's like I have this beautiful red gravel, which you can now see from the front of the tank, but it's covered with mulm. And it's like, you can't ever vacuum it all out. I tried a couple times and I just make more of a mess. It's probably because I shake a little bit. So I just make more of a mess. And it's like, I felt so bad when I moved the fish around. Because it's like, oh man, the tank was so filthy. And it's like, I even, use the aquarium co-op, how to properly gravel method to try and get some of the gravel clean. And I gave up. And figured all the stuff would sink down to the bottom. Yeah. I actually got slime mold once. And it was really cool. It looked like a spider web made by a spider on acid on the side of the tank on the inside. It was the most cool thing. And yes, after my tanks are starting to clear up from the fogginess from the weird food. Okay, it wasn't weird food, it was extreme. And I don't know why the extreme made such a cloudy mess, because I use the extreme, well, not anymore, I guess. I was using the extreme pleco wafers. But the extreme fish food just made my tanks all cloudy. And they're all starting to clear up now. So it's sort of like if I don't do massive water changes and I just leave them alone with their duckweed. And see, if I didn't know yo-yo loaches, I would think that guy is sick. Yeah, I had a piece of wood that just had so much biofilm on it, and it was in with the coolie loaches and the red lizard catfish. Oh man, that red lizard catfish just thought it was the greatest piece of wood in the world. He still loves that wood. I'm looking forward actually to putting some of the big choya in my cichlid tank once I get it reset up. Right now, it's just the cichlids. Yes, I test for ammonium nitrate. Yeah, I just think that because I feed Ken's fish food, and I've been feeding it for over 2 years now, and I won some fish food. I now just feed non-Ken's fish food to my roaches. I have enough roach food to last me forever. I'll tell you, they sure love weird cichlid pellets. Probably really healthy for them too. Oh yeah, I test for everything. I don't do it very often, but I even have the woo-hoo. No, I can't feel like Woody Woodpecker. I'm a girl. Okay, that was bad. I remember the good old days of good cartoons. Yeah, and luckily, I just really wasn't up to streaming, so maybe next week we'll do cartoons. But only cool cartoons. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, I have tests for ammonium nitrate, and I actually bought the 16. I think it's 16. Let's see. Nope. Let's see. This test for pH, alkalinity, chlorine, total. Oh, let's see. Free chlorine, total chlorine, which having a well I don't have. Nitrate, nitrite, mercury, lead, iron, copper, fluoride, bromine, chromium,
Wow.
hardness, carbonate.
What the hell kind of test kit? Let me know who makes that. I want that test kit.
cyanuric acid.
Take a picture of the box and send it to me in an email if you could.
Okay, 100 strips. It was like $15 or something. It's actually for a swimming pool, but it had everything. Test kits. I have API. I have 3 API because people keep giving them to me. Maybe I should give away some of my extra stuff. I have 3 of the API master test kits. I have for quick tests aquarium, aquarium co-op, ammonia strips, and regular strips. I have some other brand which I'm not sure what it is because all the labels are off, and the girl who gave it to me just wrote on the bottles, but she's like OC. I mean, she didn't write on the bottles. She actually used those sticker letters on the bottles. I'm not quite sure why, but every single chemical that I got from her is labeled in the same way. So, like, there's all these white bottles with black letters that are exactly the same on them. And she had them in a cabinet. It's like, sort of reminds me of my uncle. He was like, weird. Nutrition Master Test Kit. There are so many test kits. So much wood. No, we're talking about wood for plecos, and Scott should get his cholla wood tomorrow, and then he better, once he cleans it and he puts it in a tank, I would love to see what he did with it. I gave him like one of the thick pieces and a couple of the thin pieces, and they're like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 feet long. Nutrafin. Oh, you're always joking. I don't mind joking. Joking is cool. Because, like, the whole reason that my picture is blue is because I've been kind of depressed. And it's like, you know, I go in and I just, like, lurk. I don't say anything. Oh, auto incorrect. Oh, sometimes you just get a doozy of things. But it was like, okay, I promised I'd do a giveaway, so I'll do my stream. Okay, I feel much better. Thank you, everybody. I don't like being depressed. Oh, now I bet that'd be a cool railroad bridge. Yeah.
So the other side of the bridge, the one that you just saw, is behind the camera.
That's cool. See, I want to get my hammer and hammer down all those nails. Yeah, but sometimes we like to be stronger than we really are and pretend that there's nothing wrong. I mean, I was in an emotionally abusive relationship for 16 years, and I had a 60-page award-winning webpage on domestic violence. I mean, I won like national awards with it. It was on like Yahoo or something. It was like way, way, way back in the day. I mean, my password for Yahoo back then was 3 letters. And I was really good at telling everybody about domestic violence, but I never got hit. A lot of the furniture my parents gave me was broken. I put posters on the walls to hide the holes in the drywall. Had to buy a new microwave once. Oh, I have, my favorite book is called Earth Abides. And it was written in 1945 and it's post-apocalyptic. And I actually have a single jack, which if I had to take one thing besides my animals from the house, I would probably grab my single jack. It's old, it's rusted, the handle's cracked, but I love it. And it's featured in that book. But yeah, being around people and friends help, but like I live out in the middle of nowhere because I don't like people. But people are actually useful. Okay, good people are useful. I just, I was just so down last week. I didn't want to do it. And it's like, okay, I made a promise. So I'll stream, and you guys have all made me feel much better. Thank you very much. See, I'd love to live somewhere that's green like that, but with green comes humidity.
We have some humidity. We have humidity during the summer. So a couple, sometimes. Sometimes it's dry,
Yeah. I
but
saw
it
that
gets
Kevin
cold.
was streaming, and I just wasn't in the mood.
In fact, this is what this bridge looks like now because it got so cold and there was an ice jam.
But old wooden bridges have so much character.
Yeah.
See, I would, let's see, intellectually love to live like in the South where you can have outside ponds and but it's too humid for me. I'm from the desert. If he doesn't, he's one in a million. And it's funny because I know a lot of people who like my mom was raised in New York City and she would never go back to the city. Whereas me, I was born in New Mexico, up in the mountains. We almost always had acreage. And all my life, except for when I lived in California, one place I lived in California, I should say. And when I lived in Colorado, the rest of the time I've lived out in the middle of nowhere. And I prefer it. It's peaceful. It's happy. Yeah, I'm really glad that I promised to give something away, so I'm here. I just have to remember it because, it's like you sort of get in that mood. And it's like, I have to remember that there have been times I haven't lurked because somebody was sad. And it was like, well, I'll help cheer them up because they cheered me up when I was sad. Like the other day, I was on a cop watcher, and a lot of my friends were like, well, we haven't seen you. And it's like, well, I've been here. I've just been lurking. Oh, now look at those cool vines and weeds and plants that are growing across. That would never happen here. I mean,
That was honestly, I found this was in Rockford. The most beautiful area I've ever seen in this whole damn town.
Yeah, well, it's funny because, we have trees here. Okay. We have cottonwoods, which are like 60 feet tall. I mean, they're huge trees, but they're only down by the river, and I'm a mile and a half away from the river. So our trees out here, well, I have some locusts, which are now taller than the house. I have 4 of them. But other than that, we have like junipers, which maybe 10 feet tall. Yeah, these are really awesome photographs. These are photographs I'd copyright. My daughter's good at photography, and my dad. Oh, yeah, and I'll tell you, when I get money, I'll send you the enlarger before it dies. Oh, well, it'll never die, but someone who loves it should have it. I just need to get rich. That's all there is to it. I mean, I couldn't believe it. It's like, well, my boyfriend spent way too much money because we went out looking for dog food and we ended up buying like 4-pound bags of pedigree. And I have 4 big dogs, 4 medium-sized dogs. But you can't let the dogs go without food. And I don't like changing food because they get tummy aches and stuff. And then I got to buy pumpkin and rice and chicken and get their tummies all back. Um, so, I mean, 6 stores to find stupid bags of steak pedigree because Leo's not good on chicken. Whoa.
And this is the I went around the building and went to the walked the other side. This is the other side of the bridge.
That is so cool.
No, what's actually cool is the bridge, the little dinky bridge down like 150 feet down.
Well, you have to go take pictures of it. I know that means walking.
No, right there.
Oh, how cute.
I walked all this to get to the end of the bridge, and I walked back. It's just like, a couple hundred feet.
Yeah, when I walked in, I also went to the doctor. And I walked into the doctor, and he said, it doesn't look like you're doing too well. And it's like, no. Between screwing up my knee, which has, let's see, something's wrong with the meniscus, and I have way too many bone spurs, which he said is probably what's the main pain is from. Oh, and bless you too. Thank you for dropping in, Crown Tail, and hopefully I'll see you next Monday. And stay safe. The only time I was ever afraid of a snake, I was in the Lampasas River and we'd get passed by rattlesnakes and lots of copperheads and a couple of water moccasins in the water. The only time I ever got like afraid of a snake, I stepped on its tail when I was in the water and it bit me. And we actually caught it and killed it because we didn't know what it was. And we put it in a bucket. We took it to the emergency room because we didn't know what it was. And I was in the emergency room. And, I had a gray rat snake, which it would you could walk past the tank and it would try and bite you. That's why I play with my snakes all the time. Now I'm working on the rats. They're just kind of shy. But when we got to the emergency room, this guy walked past and he looked in. He said, "Oh, it's just a Trans-Pecos gray rat snake. Nothing to worry about." And I said, "Okay, then I can go." And this big, huge battle axe nurse pushed me down and said, "You don't know where those snake's teeth have been, and you're late for having your tetanus shot." So I had to stay and get a tetanus shot. But I've been bitten by a lot of snakes, garter snakes, bull snakes. The only time I was afraid, the other time I was afraid of a snake is I caught what I thought was a bull snake and I put it in a tank that I had in the backyard and it had dried leaves in it. And I heard, which is a rattlesnake. So I thought for sure it was a bull snake. I mean, I've been catching snakes since I was 3 years old. I should know. And I called my dad, and he said that sometimes they'll rattle their tails to sound like, "Oh, no, that's cool. Make it go up, make it go up."
I'm trying. For some reason, I don't know why it won't snap to the actual size I have it.
But My dad says that sometimes bull snakes will rattle their tails in like dried grass or leaves to pretend to be rattlesnakes. Um,
Incidentally,
red bellies and black snakes. Ooh, I haven't seen George's rats. I have at first I wasn't so sure because I have a black and white, the white rats with the black sprinkles on them. And then I have a tan rat with white on her tummy. And then I have Rumbo. He gave himself his name. Rumbo's my male rat, and when they gave him to me, I wasn't so sure about him because he's half Dumbo rat and half hairless rat. And when I got him, he didn't have much fur and he looked kind of weird. But now he has fur and curly whiskers and big, huge, funky looking ears. And he's pretty cool. But yeah, he named himself Rumbo and he teases the dog. He gets right up next to the glass and she's just like ready to go through the glass. And it's like, you leave my Rumbo rat alone.
can you
Wow.
copy and paste that link from private chat into YouTube chat? If
Yes,
you want
I
to see more pictures of this building you're looking at, you can watch that video. It's of the Rockford Clock Tower Resort that they tore down.
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of pythons. And I was actually surprised because, I got the spider python, ball python, and I was told that, I got him on the condition I didn't breed him. And I guess George is breeding the spiders now. I actually really, really want.
You can't post a link either.
I can't?
S can't. Neither can I.
You guys aren't mods?
Nope.
Well, how did I do that? Oh, wait, that's not the right place. Okay, and we have the sound off.
What do you mean you have the sound off?
In YouTube.
Oh,
And it always costs what? Let's see. Dun-dun-dun. S, you're already modded. Yes, I do. I live in a high desert. So we have juniper trees and we have cholla cactus and prickly pear cactus. In fact, I have a bunch of prickly pear sitting out waiting to be planted. They're the kind that get like 6 to 10 inch pads. They make good food in an emergency, but they also make a good fence. And one of my friends was he's making a circular driveway and it goes right over the cactus. So he gave me a bunch of pads. And it's really good because you just stick them in the ground and they grow. And in 10 years, they'll be like 5 or 6 feet high and very dangerous. Because it's not the big thorns, it's the little itty bitty ones. And I forgot what they're called, but they're really nasty. Wow. It's supposed to be really nice, I think, next week. I want to go fishing so bad. I think I should like give up on the going fishing. But then I have like martin. Well, my rods are cheap, but I have like a couple of martin reels that I got from my father-in-law before he died, and I know they're really expensive and nice. Oh man, after the snow, I decided to take when I was in high school, I decided to take my horse out, and my horse took off and wiped me out, went under a tree and wiped me out, and I landed in a cactus. And I rode home like belly down on my horse. And my mother spent like 2 hours picking cactus out of my behind. And she actually threw out my pants because there was no way to get all the cactus stickers out of them. Yeah, cactus can be but some of them, they have such beautiful flowers. I mean, right now I'm working on the night blooming cirrus. So far it seems to be doing okay. The two that I got at Aquashella and they hang on the back filter, are growing roots and a leaf. One of them has a new leaf. So, yeah, I love trout. I'm hoping that my brother and sister-in-law are on the reservation, and like I can't get on the reservation because I don't live on the reservation. So I'm hoping that next time they go north, that they'll take me fishing with them. I still have a double bridle, my fancy Western bridle. I actually have a large pony harness. I have several bits. I probably have a halter or two. I use my lead ropes for dog leashes. And who knows what else I have left. Ooh, chicken quesadillas. Well, I don't have the tequila.
That sounds good.
Ooh, I bet you have interesting cactus out there. I would send you cactus, but I can't. I used to go out, the doctor
Wouldn't
was
it be cacti?
Cacti, cactuses, cacti. I used to go out into the wilderness, and my doctor says, well, if you could walk, what would you be doing?
Oh man, I'd be going everywhere.
Gee, I would be out there collecting rocks, collecting cholla, collecting wood, collecting cactus. I have about 15 different types of barrel cactus that I collected from out in the wilderness that I want to they're in the ground, of course, but I want to make like an awesome cactus garden with them. My dad used to have a beautiful cactus garden because they have yeah, karma for sure. First time I had peyote, I was 9 years old.
Did you say peyote?
Peyote.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. I didn't know if you said coyote or.
I
had a half-hour conversation with a rock.
Well,
I thought it was a frog.
I was at Hopi at my aunt's, and I guess it was the age of 9-year-olds doing peyote. And when Christians are brought up, and I don't know much about Christians. I mean, I know about Christianity, but oh, now that's cool. What a cool fixer-upper. We don't have anything like that. Our fixer-uppers are all adobe and they melt. But
They actually are fixing it up. They cut all the trees down
oh,
and they reboarded the windows.
I
The
cut the trees down.
in the section to the left, you can kind of see the porch roof. They took that off. They're replacing that.
I always wanted to get like an abandoned house like that and fix it up. But okay, so some Christians are born with or raised with God's going to get you. And like when people say God's going to get you, they have feelings of being scared because God is going to come get you because you did something bad. Doesn't faze me in the least. And I didn't think that I had any, like, I don't want to say inborn fears, but any fears like that. But I took my kids to my aunt's and outside the window, maybe it's the muskrat.
What are you talking about? Are you having two different conversations at once?
Yes.
Okay.
Holly heard something outside her window. So maybe the muskrat came back. But peyote at my aunt's. Oh, so well, there's nothing I think that it's more what's in your heart that matters. But my son was complaining because he had a loose tooth, and my aunt pointed up at the wall and said, "You better behave or the Kachina's going to come get you." And I suddenly realized that my heart rate had gone up, and it was an extreme feeling of anxiety that later I attributed to being on peyote and watching the Kachinas and being hit with a willow switch. Those things really hurt.
Yep.
So if anything in the world scares me, it's Kachinas because they really did come to life. And when like a 6-foot tall ogre comes after you and you're 9 years old, it's terrifying. So the mean Jewish God doesn't scare me. But a wooden kachina, that'll scare me. Only because I know what they do. As somebody once said, there's more things in heaven and earth, and that's all I remember. Oh, that's cool. Black and white pictures sometimes are just so neat. And just think, we can all pretend we're a dog. Or my brother who's colorblind. I knew it. Well, okay. He's my like adopted brother. And I knew him like maybe 8 months, and it was in the spring. And there were these beautiful hot pink flowers that were the same color as my hair. And I said, "Wow, Matt, check out those flowers. They're the same color as my hair." And he looked at me and he said, "You dye your hair?" And I looked at him and he said, "Oh, I'm colorblind." And it was like, oh, no wonder he always buys black clothes, which aren't always black. Sometimes they're dark blue or dark green.
The color one is good.
So was it the muskrat? Yeah, the color one is nice. I should, oh yeah, see, now here we go again. I should go down to the river and film our river because it's really cool looking.
Oh man, you know what? Both times I went to this bridge, I damn near died both times.
Then don't go there anymore.
Yeah, the first time I got clotheslined by a barbed wire fence from like 1800 in the middle of a forest going down a hill.
Yikes.
The second time I almost got ran over by a train that was on the track on the metal bridge.
Well, actually, I haven't been there for a long time. We used to go fishing off. It's actually a book, The House at Ottawa Bridge, and it's like a not used bridge anymore. Um, it's on Indian land, so they should have. It probably should still be there. I think that the noise outside was a muskrat. I'm intrigued with the, what are they called? Nutrias? They're big giant rats.
It was the train.
It needs a steam engine.
First I said it, and then I did it. Because honestly, there wasn't that much room between the track and the bushes where I was pressed up against.
Yeah.
Because this thing's going like, 45, 50 miles an hour. It was a long train.
Yeah, see, one of my friends posted on Facebook today a thing about how something about somebody was giving him problems for being a Christian. And it's like, if you don't like it, just, don't say anything about it. You don't have to put me down because I'm Christian and you're not, and you think it's wrong. I just think that our higher power, however you may see that, I think it's what's in your heart or what's inside of you, no matter how you appear on the outside, that really matters. Because we all believe in different things. Even if we all believe, or even, Christians believe in Jesus and Jews don't, but we believe in God, which some people find hard to believe. Don't ask me why. I've actually had people surprised that being Jewish, I believe in God. I actually believe God's a giant pink and lavender cockroach, but that's a whole nother story, and you have to know who Kurt Von, well, no, actually Kilgore Trout is to understand that. I'm just totally warped. I mean, there's something to be said about being raised with one religion versus two in what you believe in your heart. How's that? Ooh, that's really cool. I'll have to go up and film. Now, this I can do. I can go film the steam train, the Cumbres Toltec that goes to Chama and Durango. Uh-oh, she hasn't come back yet. I have to admit, Holly, oh, that's cool.
I
Holly's
almost bought that.
cool. Okay, explain picture.
This is a picture of Flint Street School. It was a school back in like the early 1900s that they turned into a house. The only caveat was I had to pay for all new sewers going to the house and all new electric going to the house. And I'm like, hell no.
Expensive.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool.
Oh, 1935.
That's still cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. My great grandmother's house dates back to about probably before, I want to say 1600.
Oh, wow.
And my parents actually paid to have plumbing put in. And I told this story before, I know, but the plumbing man came and he went into the bathroom to start removing the linoleum and get everything ready so he could put in the indoor plumbing to go outside and investigate things. And he was in there about 15 minutes, and he came out and he said, "Excuse me, I removed the linoleum." And my mom said, "Yeah." And I still remember the look on his face and my mom's voice. And he said, "Your floor is dirt." And my mom said, "Yeah. Is there a problem with that?" And he said, "Well, I might have to revise my estimate." My mom said, "What? Because you don't have to chip through concrete and you can just dig underneath the wall of the house. But remember, it is 12 inches thick to
Yeah.
put in the plumbing." And he said, "I've never seen a house like this." And it's like my mom and dad and my great grandmother and my grandmother were just laughing so hard because this guy was just like, "Your floor is dirt." And it's like, "Yeah." He did look a little bit green when they said that we pounded down with a deer blood, but makes for a good hard floor. My fish are hiding. And here is an absolutely beautiful rock. This is a large chunk of selenite. Now, you do not put selenite into a fish tank because it is water soluble and it melts. But it has a nice rounded shape now. Didn't do anything to the fish. It did stick to the heater glass, and like I had to chip it off all of my heaters. Well, the two tanks that I had it in. Hey, look, a dead swimming pool.
No, that was the place I was gonna rent, but I ended up renting this place. This
Now,
was this was a day after the Fairdale tornado.
probably
It,
good that you didn't rent it.
yeah, it hit the house head on. It's gone. There's nothing left of it. Literally nothing left. It took everything.
Wow.
And that this black on the back wall, that's exactly why I didn't take it, because it was all mold. So that's why I didn't.
Now it's
That's
got a
why.
good chance to dry out. Yeah, I'm sort of surprised with as wet as it gets under the house. There's no mold, but I check. So, because I've had my mold encounter, and it actually contributed to my COPD. And I had to take like pills for 2.5 months after I inhaled mold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bobcat. Oh, trout stuff. Yeah, I can't wait till my neighbor starts working again and has money, because he always feeds the coyotes that run in between our properties. Throws them out bones and meat and stuff from one of his butcher friends, and I love watching them. See, I thought it was a muskrat, and I was gonna say I thought you were awfully brave to reach in and just take the muskrat out, but I think I would have done that too, because I wouldn't want it stuck in there forever. It's so cute. It's one. Now the bobcat's coming back because he will want more trout. We used to go dumpster diving, and we'd get all kinds of stuff and feed the coyotes, and salmon and meat and chicken, and we had the happiest coyotes, and we never lost any livestock. The neighbors would say, "Oh, a coyote's broken and killed all my chickens," or they killed a goat, or they did this. And I was like, how come you guys never have problems? No, it's because we dumpster dive and feed them. And I'll tell you, you got to be really careful when you give your milk goats beets. Yeah, I think I was 7 when I ran into the sick coyote, and I brought it home on a leash and kind of freaked my parents out. It wasn't doing very good. It was wobbling down the middle of the road in Washington, and I put my jump rope around its neck because it was a sick dog, and I brought it home to my parents, and they called Fish and Game. Yeah, I think that's it. Is it? I mean, it's sort of like dog sense or another animal's sense, the good or bad of people. I mean, my dogs think my neighbor is absolutely wonderful. He can be kind of weird sometimes, but my dogs just love him to death. So I know that, he's like a good guy. My friend had a boyfriend, and that's like, was the first time I ever saw my service dog growl. Donald came up to the window, and Leo just like up went his lips, and it was like I had never heard him growl before, and it was like this deep, dangerous growl, and it was like, yeah. And then Donald went in the house and ripped off her last $60, saying he was grabbing his backpack, which he did grab, and told the police he was leaving. And after he left, she went in the house and realized that the last of her money was gone. Yeah, that muskrat was pretty cool. We have raccoons. Um, we don't have the porcupines are further away, which is good because porcupines are actually kind of dangerous. Um, so I'm always checking, like in the spring, if there's any sad raccoons dead on the side of the road, because sometimes they have baby raccoons and the babies die. So if I ever find one, I'll rescue it. Um, we have a good wildlife rehab, but I think that I have enough raccoon friends that I would probably just, and I actually have babysat raccoons. Um, oh, that's pretty. It would just require like a really large inside outside living area. Because people here on the roads aim for animals. So the only thing I disagree with my neighbor about is not spaying and neutering his dogs and not fixing his fence because they get out. And he used to have a pack of very dangerous dogs that even I was afraid of. And like, I lived next to him for like forever. But I'd run to the car if his dogs were outside because his dogs bite. But all his older bitey dogs have been hit by cars. And so he just has like young puppies and dogs. But he really does need to learn about spay and neuter. And I'd say it's because of his race. Oh, that's pretty. But we have big arguments about that. Well, not arguments, because I wouldn't argue with him. He's descended from the Spanish. So his family came across the Mexican border sometime in the 15 or 1600s. So he's not related to the Mexicans. He is truly Spanish. Now that would make a cool house if it didn't flood. But I'm sure.
Usually doesn't flood. That's called Devil's Cave in North Aurora.
Ooh, sounds like a good place to live. What kind of cave is it? It obviously is a man-made cave.
Nope, it's a natural cave.
Oh,
It's in the same type of rock that Niagara Falls is going over. It's the same layer of rock that extends all the way over to here.
wow.
They blocked it off. You can't go deep into it. It only goes maybe like 10, 15 feet. They concreted it. So it used to go like hundreds of feet underneath a golf course.
But some stupid people, it's like, don't iron clothes while wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of native caves around here. But now almost all of the good Native American archaeological sites around here have hidden cameras because so many people have taken stuff from them that they have hidden cameras everywhere. See, all these pictures do is make me want to go out and film stuff and like I may have to figure out how to do that. Look at that fat fish. So has anybody ever had fat fish?
Yeah.
What do you do with a fat fish? It's not like you could put it on a diet.
I mean, you could.
Oh, I would have slapped her too. They just made, I guess, in another county in New Mexico, it illegal to chain up dogs. Because they had, let's see, I think it was last winter, they had 6 dogs die because they were chained up outside in the cold and the snow.
I can see that.
Then she should put a yellow leash on it. But I never knew about yellow leashes, meaning your dog bites. So, till I did dog rescue. And like 99% of the world doesn't know what that means. So, I always like the people who come up or the people in the store who like go to the extreme to avoid Leo. Okay, yeah, he's part pit bull. But, he's walking down the aisle, wagging his tail next to the scooter, just being like a happy, happy dog because he's working and he likes to work and he just thinks he's so cool. And like people like think he's going to like bite them or something. And it's like, okay, it's all right to be wary of a dog. But when you're like pressing yourself up against, the aisle in the grocery store going, he's not going to bite me. He's not going to bite me. It's like, I've been bitten by dogs and I'm not that scared. And the evil Mangano makes another appearance. Okay, he's not evil. He's only evil because he's on the wrong continent. Must have been a long swim from Africa to the Americas. And I wonder how he made it through the salt water. Oh, that's pretty. I guess in the summer when there's leaves on the trees, I'll have to go out and, fat guppies are, they're fat because Usually they're gravid. So I have fat guppies. I'm down to 4 of the giant female guppies, but they were like a year and a half old when I got them. I just was hoping. And then there's the red point. I was just hoping to get, a decent amount of fry out of the big ones because they're like 2 inches long. They're huge guppies. I never had giant guppies like that before. It's kind of cool to have giant guppies. And I'm getting a lot. It looks like a lot of the fry are possibly snakeskin types. And I really like the snakeskin designs or the grass designs on the guppies. I think it looks pretty cool. Oh, poor puppy. Probably bites because the lady's not nice to it. And I meant to see, now I forgot again. I'm going to have to get my dad's friend to send me a picture. About 8 years ago, a woman came with a box of puppies. Somebody had put a box of puppies near the rural mailboxes. And I kind of told her where I lived. And I guess she was born in this area and figured it out. And her and her friend came over, and I took the box of puppies. And only one puppy made it. They all had parvo. And only one puppy made it, and I kind of grew attached to it. And it's like, when you're doing rescue, you can't keep every single dog. But I wanted it to go where I could, know it forever. And so my dad's friend adopted Sammy. And he's 8 years old now, and he's a trained service dog. And it's just amazing, to see him. He's absolutely beautiful. Kind of makes me happy to know, that he got a good home. And luckily, I'm not dealing with the lady that I used to work with in rescue, or I would have kept track of most of the dogs that I adopted out just because I care. Praying mantises. I love praying mantis. I would love one of the Australian leaf ones. We have praying mantises here. I always wanted to get a praying mantis case so I could have lots of praying mantises.
I caught this picture a couple years ago. This is the bush in front of my house.
Looks like a pine tree.
Yeah. Well, it's like a pine bush. It's like waist high.
Okay. That's like a pinyon tree. We have a lot of those out here. Okay. Sometimes they get 6-7 feet tall, but
yeah, if they let them go, they just keep cutting them down, and they make hedges out of them.
Weird.
Like the Simpsons, the hedge between them.
I like
something like that.
That's probably why I like my roaches. I am building, even though I know that they're going to eat it, I'm working on a really cool diorama for my Halloween roaches. Not sure why, but why not? I just have to find some real sphagnum moss, because I have painted stuff for when I used to do dioramas, but I don't want to put painted stuff in with them. Well, except for the foam, which they'll eat anyway, because they're roaches. Oh, look at that fish. I have to admit, I really like big fish. And I like little fish. They're just very cool to watch. Yeah, praying mantises are really cool. And they're smart about men. They bite their heads off. Okay, men do have their purpose.
Here's something you won't see down by you.
Okay, let's see. No, we have trees like that.
Oh, they get colors like that down there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The cottonwoods, and I don't know what other kinds of trees. Mostly cottonwoods. Oh, that's what I was going to say about cottonwoods. Cottonwoods are really cool because if you take a cottonwood branch and you break it where the nodule is, you'll find a star inside. When I was little, I used to spend hours sitting beneath my grandmother's cottonwood tree, breaking pieces of branches, that were dead and fell on the ground to find the stars. But there's always stars. I will have to go get some and do a video on it. It's really cool. Oh yeah, I was gonna say the mantises on the tomato plants are probably really good to keep the other bugs away. I had some sort of wood borer, and I actually had to resort to poison on my trees, and I wasn't real happy about it. Because it's like, I don't like using poison. I mean, it's kind of funny that I use clove oil to keep bugs away, but not to euthanize my fish. Oh, yeah, steam train. Okay, so when the price of gas goes down, okay, now that all the yeah,
You're
laughing
funny.
crazy.
You're
I will,
hilarious.
I will drive up to Chama and take a picture of the steam engine.
It's never coming down.
No. Yeah, so what is gas out there?
I don't even know. I haven't left the house in a couple days.
It went up like almost $1 in a week.
I'm checking now on gas, buddy. Hold on.
$3.99 here. And that's on the res. Everywhere else it's like $4.29, $4.39, $4.59.
Oh, it actually went down some. $3.85 to $4.59.
Wow. Maybe it went down. I haven't got
it's Sam's Club is $3.85. Okay, so take that one out.
Well, the Echo gas is like $3.80.
So it's $4.19 to $4.59.
Yeah, like everywhere else except for on the res. It's like, one of my friends said, yeah, I'm paying $10 a pack for cigarettes. It's like, God, I can buy almost 3 packs for that much. Everything's going up. I'm going to have to start eating dog food soon. Well, that's only if I can find it. I mean, I eat so little, and it's like I'm just surprised at how high my food bill is.
Yeah.
It would be nice if I could just stop eating. Wow, $9 to $10 a gallon? Wow. Oh, yeah. I've been doing fish profiles of my fish. And the only problem I've had, and luckily, I can edit everything, but I haven't been able to find a good site that changes gallons of fish tanks into the semi-equivalent of the liter tanks. I mean, it's easy to take gallons and turn it into liters, but like, is there a 137 gallon liter tank? It's like, I haven't found a site that like lists what size liter tanks come in.
Parva, you want a liter cola?
Don't colas come in liters? Where's my Coke? It's a 2 liter. Yeah, we drink 2 liter Cokes, which is 2 quarts, 3.6 fluid ounces.
Okay, I gotta. Why do you give it? Why even care about the liters of a tank?
Um,
We use gallons here.
yeah, I know, but I'm doing fish profiles and I have temperature in centigrade and size of fish in centimeters.
I'll send you the mathematical equation to do it.
No, but I know how to do it. What I'm saying is that, like, if they say you have a 10-gallon tank and you transfer it to liters, you get like some weird off the wall, 37.9.
Yeah.
Just ask Siri. I don't have Siri. I don't have Alexa. I'm still a techno peasant and low tech. Ah, a leash. I wondered what that was. Sorry, guys. Because, okay, let's see. We have fish profiles. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, like 5 gallons is about 20 liters. That kind of makes sense to have a 20-liter tank. But then you get a 60-gallon tank, which is 227 liters. And like, do they really make a 227-gallon liter tank? I mean, I know there has to be standardized sizes.
Well, yeah, yeah. I would, because it's the same tank. They're just, if it's sold in Canada, it would be a liter. They wouldn't sell it under gallons. It's the same tank. They just put a different sticker on it.
But they
might round it. They might round it 27.6, a 27 or a 28.
Well, they do that with, like, I have a 7.7 gallon tank that they said is a 7-gallon.
The Oceanic 210 gallon tank actually equals out to 209 gallons and some odd change.
But then you have to see what I like is then you add up all your substrate, the volume of all your substrate, and the volume of all your decorations, and figure out how much water is actually in your tank.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much trouble for me. Okay, guys. I am going to, hey, let's see. That looks like my sewing machine.
A red eye? A Singer red eye?
Yeah. When we lived off grid, I used to complain that I couldn't sew because we had no electricity. And my birthday was coming up, and my late husband came home with a treadle sewing machine and said, I don't ever want to hear you say that you can't sew. It was awesome. I used to take it in the van, and when we'd sit on the side of the road selling hay, I'd sew. Mine's not in that good of shape, but wow.
It's they bought it new and it's been in the family since.
That's awesome.
My mom used it as just a cabinet to hold a light in the basement. I actually use it.
Oh, I love my treadle machine. Hey, that'd be good exercise for my feet, and my knee would probably hate me. I went to a sewing machine repair place, and I said, "So I have a good one for you. I have a treadle sewing machine, and I need a belt for it." And the guy said, he
Huh?
gave me a piece of leather, and he said, "Measure this, and I will make you a belt." And it was only like $20. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was awesome. God, that's nice. I'm giving away all but one. My cabinet's not in that good a condition, but it works.
Like I said, it was kept in the basement for a long time. I mean, well, it wasn't really it was a raised ranch. We used the basement had a couch in it. It was used.
Yeah. You definitely have some cool stuff.
My collection of oil lamps. I don't give a shit if the power goes out. Oh.
I like the one in the front, the genie lamp.
Yeah. I actually like my favorite one is the blue one right behind it.
Yeah.
It's like a teapot.
Teapot, yeah. Pretty cool. Okay, I'm saying goodnight, everybody.
Yep. Have a
Thank
good
you
one, y'all.
for coming. Stay safe. Stay happy. Thank you all. And I will see you next Monday.
Have fun, y'all.
And let's see. I think I'm going to the post office tomorrow, Holly, so keep an eye out. And I guess that's about it. And I'm so sorry, GRB, that I can't send you Choya, but I would be arrested. They would catch me. And say hello to the axolotls.